Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's June 18th, 2023, and today I'm going to do my best to answer a question from James. Yesterday I posted a video, a garden tour, and James had asked how are we growing bigger blueberries and all. So I thought I'd start. I'm actually out in the first food forest here, not too far from where our blueberry plants were that we transplanted last fall. But right behind me here is one of the native high bush blueberries. So what I'm going to be referring to are temperate climate grown high bush blueberry plants. Now this is a high bush blueberry plant. This is a native one, which has many benefits, but the berries are small. There's lots of vegetative growth on this. The berries are small. And so the first thing I would say is it has to do with the cultivar of the berry bush themselves. So some bushes will produce their fruit early in the year, mid-year, or late year, and I'm talking about the summer growing months. So it can be timing as far as the variety that you pick. We've picked a couple of different varieties so that we can have a full season of harvesting blueberries. And I'm not talking about our native high bush blueberry plant here. But I'm going to head over to the western garden plot now and see if I can remember some of the other things. We have to have the best conditions for the blueberry plants to grow in. They really require full sun. That's important. They require well-draining soil. They don't want soaking wet feet. So that's important. They need lots of moisture, so you've got too much moisture or not enough moisture. So really good draining. That's why we do our mounds the way that we do with our blueberry plants. One of the reasons that we do it. They really desire a much lower pH than most locations. Now in this area here where we live, the pH is probably around 6. So we really want a pH between 4 and 5. That would be more beneficial. Certainly, and you can hear all the birds around here, and we've got the ponds as well. So we've got living fences, and we have dandelions and clover in our lawn. Lots of different varieties of plants all around. And what does that do? It brings in lots of pollinators and other beneficial insects. So that's really important because the plumpness, the size of the berries, the blueberries themselves, is also dependent on the number of seeds in there. So if we have blueberry plants that are planted relatively close together, like ours are, and you have lots of beneficial insects and pollinators, there's a greater chance that there will be more seeds being produced and therefore getting plumper, more beautiful blueberry plants. So it's multifactorial. The other thing is decreasing competition. Sorry about the sun being behind me there. A lot less competition, so no weeds, so that we use a weed fabric. We have them on mounds so that there's good drainage, so the water can always drain down low. We're using drip irrigation to help irrigate them. We have them pretty close together, and we have several varieties, different varieties of blueberries. Certainly pruning out dead wood or diseased wood, and I haven't gotten to that yet. That's important as well. But diversity, having multiple different plants around. So we got lupine, we got foxglove, we got lots of chamomile in here. We have the honeyberries as well. And then we have the hedgerows, the living fences around the ponds. It brings in such biodiversity that it really helps with the whole situation. So good organic rich soil, lots of good organic material. Keep feeding your soil, mulching, doing whatever you need to do. Decrease weed competition for nutrients. Making sure that the soil drains well and the plants also get adequate adequate moisture. The pH we want between 4 and 5. And these are basic guidelines. Planting groups of different cultivars relatively close together so that we can get as much pollination as possible, because some of them will start to be ready for pollination at different times. They're a little bit slightly different, and so the more diversity, the more insects that visit them, the better. Did I cover everything? I think I did. And choosing the cultivars that are best for your timing, you're being able to get out there and get them as well. Those are the things that I can think of as far as getting as big a blueberries as possible. Certainly you can do more thinning as well. You can see there's more fruit production relative to new growth on this plant. Same here. So I think that's it. If anyone else has any other ideas about how to get the biggest, plumpest blueberries possible, that's really beneficial as well. I'd really like that. Feeding the soil is always a great place to start. Making sure they're getting full sun. I like being in a well-ventilated area. We happen to be in a very windy area here as well. Out in the forest, the plants didn't do quite as well as they're doing here, but those are the things that I can think of. So thanks so much for the question, James. I'm going to try and answer. I've got some answers to try and work out for future videos as well. So I really appreciate everybody's contributions with questions and responses. And if you've got other ideas with the blueberry plants, please list them below. Thanks so much for watching, and have a super fantastic and safe weekend. Bye-bye now.